So now what is this cost sheet all about? This is about CAS 1, Cost Accounting Standard 1. And cost sheet will speak about the format as to how to calculate cost. Okay. So I'm locking the meeting room. Okay, so only till factory overheads is done. Okay. Okay, so admin overheads is still left, students. Okay. Okay, fine. So chalo, let us then do. Okay, wait. Start. And so Shreya has sent me that I'm only up to factory overheads, it's done. Somebody is saying yes, only till office overheads we have done. But the last lecture record shows that selling and distribution overheads, everything is done. I just showed you all. Okay, fine. So, koi nahi, we will, I will just revise it in a nutshell. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. So, let us come to this. Okay. Cost plus profit is equal to sales. Cost is divided as direct cost and indirect cost. Okay, direct cost definition I had already said, it should be dependent, it should be dependent on number of units produced, and it should be variable in nature. Okay, whereas what about indirect cost? It is not variable, that is, it is fixed, not dependent on units produced. Okay, and as per the definition of CAS 1 for indirect cost, we divide uh, indirect cost, which is also known as overheads, in three categories: factory overheads, okay, factory overheads, then admin overheads, and selling and distribution overheads. Okay, so what comes in factory overheads? What is the definition? Expenses paid by manufacturer till the factory gate. So last lecture I had said your manufacturing account, your trading account, debit side items represents factory overheads. Okay, now admin overheads, what did I say? Expenses paid by the manufacturer with respect to better management or upkeep of the office, sorry, is known as admin overheads. Okay, admin overheads is nothing but your P&L account debit side items. Okay, just connect it with financial accounting. It is your P&L account debit side item. Fine. Next. Okay. Okay, this example. Okay, next I'll explain about selling and distribution overheads. Okay, now what are selling and distribution overheads? Yeah, expenses paid by the manufacturer with respect to selling and distribution of finished goods. Okay, now this is also your P&L account debit side. This also represents P&L account debit side. Okay, P&L account debit side. But what? Which items will come here? In connection to finished goods means what? It means advertisement. Advertisement expenses are paid in connection to your sales. Okay, so it is what do you call, selling and distribution overheads. Then so I'm writing here the first example I gave you of advertisement. Okay, then your exhibition expenses, you do exhibition for what? For promotion of your sales, so that the goods are sold. Okay, so people know about your goods and it is sold. Exhibition expenses. Then brand ambassador expenses, brand ambassadors expenses. Okay, you have hired, say, whom? Amitabh Bachchan. Okay, and you and Amitabh Bachchan is doing branding for your product. So obviously it will boost your sales. So brand ambassadors fees, the fees which you will pay to Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, that will be called as brand ambassador fees under the heading selling and distribution overheads. Then we can have warehouse, or you can call it as go down, okay, or even if I say showroom. So these are the places where goods are kept for sale. So if any expenses is with respect to warehouse or showroom, it depicts that it is an expense in connection to finished goods, so it will come under selling and distribution overheads. Okay, fine. Any doubts till here, students? Kindly acknowledge it in the chat box. Any doubts till here? Okay. Anyone has any doubt about factory overheads, about selling and distribution, about admin overheads? Because if you guys have doubt right now, then you will not understand what next I'm going to do, that is cost sheet. Okay. So Shreya wants to just view about admin overheads. Okay, Shreya. Here is the view. Okay. As per the new definition of CAS 1, I mean the revised definition, okay, new means revised definition. Admin overheads is now also known as general overheads. Okay. And definition में थोड़ा सा revision आया है. It says expenses paid by the manufacturer for better management of factory and office expenses will come under admin overheads. Okay. Yeah, I've given you an example of CCTV camera. Okay, as per the revised definition. Okay, but आपका जो syllabus, I mean, as per your SYBAF syllabus, okay, any expenses which are partially factory and partially office in nature, okay, will go partly to factory and partly to office. Remember that, okay? People who are doing or will be giving CA attempt or CWA attempt or CS attempt, and if you have this topic there, cost sheet, obviously it is there. So there will be a slight change beta for better management of factory. ये वाले point पे there will be a slight change, and I'll tell you what is the change. Okay. See, even this part I had explained last lecture, drawing office salary. It's an expense. We're looking at the word office, you guys will put it under admin overheads. But no, it will go under factory overheads. Why? Because look at the first word, it is drawing. Drawing and design, it indicates drawing, matlab not that drawings which you do from business. Not that. Withdrawals को drawings नहीं बोल रहे हम इधर. Cost accounting में drawings matlab drawing and designing expenses. Okay, so it is in connection to obviously designing of your product. So it will come under factory overheads. Any doubts till here? Any doubts till here? Just acknowledge it in the chat box. I can note it down or take a screenshot of the same. Later I'll be sharing all these things in the easy class. Okay, so don't worry about that. Okay, what is brand advertising? Aradhya has asked. Okay, okay, she wants to see selling and this. Fine. So your branding is in connection to sale of your goods. It increases your sales. Okay. So anything in connection to sale of your goods will come under selling and distribution. See, look into the definition. Okay. Any other doubt? Any other doubt? That's it. So should I move ahead then? So now I have to compile this in a statement format. Okay, whatever we have discussed, it has to be compiled in a statement form. Okay, because when the cost auditor comes to your factory for auditing, okay, he needs this statement, the one which we are going to learn today. He checks into the cost sheet. Okay, that is called as a cost statement. Okay, so I'm moving ahead, assuming there is no doubt, because no, okay, whatever doubts you'll have posted with respect to your is already done. Okay, so moving on to cost sheet. Right, so be ready now. Yeah, I had highlighted Aradhya factory gate because the word factory gate was important. Okay, any expenses paid by the manufacturer till the factory gate. Matlab once the goods are out of the factory, okay, it is not a part of factory overheads. Okay, so give the heading. We are doing cost sheet. Okay. नहीं हो रहा है. Is the screen share visible? Okay. Drop 3 columns. Prepare it up to 1.5 page. Keep the first column wider. Okay. Give the heading cost sheet. for the year ended and XYZ, whatever the year is given. Then units produced, then units sold, next amount, and the cost per unit column. Okay. Then just showing it here. What did we say? Cost plus profit is sales, right? And we have to bifurcate this. We have to bifurcate this direct cost and indirect cost. Okay. So we are first doing today this. Clear? So let us start. Direct cost. So last lecture, what did I tell you? It is divided into three. Direct material, direct labor, and direct expenses. Okay? Now, I'm going to do this. Direct material. Clear? Start. Direct material. Also known as material consumed. Opening stock of raw material. Okay, your manufacturing account, debit side. Opening stock of raw material. Add purchase of raw material. Debit side items you will add, credit side you will subtract. Add purchase of raw material. Add expenses in connection to raw material. Write along with me. Expenses in connection to raw material. Okay. So now I'm mentioning what do you mean by in connection to raw material. Okay, that means for getting your raw material till your factory premises, whatever expenses you have done will be added to the cost of raw material. Okay, example, as I had said in the last lecture, if I'm getting my raw material, okay, say it is for 500 rupees, correct? टू गेट दैट रॉ मटेरियल सप्लायर बोला मैम 500 रुपए का रॉ मटेरियल है, ठीक है फाइन, 500 रुपए का रॉ मटेरियल है, बट सप्लायर रहता है मेरा चर्च गेट में. आई माई फैक्ट्री प्रीमाइसेस इज एट से मलाड. So from Churchgate till Malad, how will the raw material come? Obviously through transportation. Okay. So what have you done? You have to, for procuring. Procuring means to get your raw material. I have to incur another expense of transportation, say 400 rupees. So now what is the cost of my raw material? It is 500 supplier's cost plus the 400 which I'll incur again for transportation. So 500 plus 400 is 900. So now my cost of raw material is going to be 900. Okay. So any same you can say if you're paying say there comes any check post of getting your raw material till your factory gate, you are paying for check post, you are paying dock charges, you are paying import duty. Okay. You're paying carriage inward. Okay, so these are all name of different expenses which is done in connection to purchase your or get your raw material to the factory premises. So all such expenses are known as expenses in connection to raw material. So I'm writing the list here. Okay, so note down. So first is carriage inward. This is the short form of carriage inward. Then is freight inward. That is also one and the same. Freight and carriage inward. Then custom duty. अगर आपका raw material बाहर से आ रहा है, so you have to pay this amount unless and until they don't clear your stock. Okay, custom duty, octroi duty, excise duty, okay, insurance on raw material. If you have insured your raw material, obviously, so insurance of raw material, import duty, so all these type of expenses I'm talking about. Here, next, less purchase return. Purchase return of what? Raw material, obviously. Okay. Next, sale of raw material scrap. Manufacturing account credit side. It's a revenue. It's an income. So obviously मेरे cost में से कम होगा. So sale of raw material scrap. Credit side items I'm subtracting. Subtraction I'm denoting with bracket. And next, closing stock of raw material. Okay. So whatever answer you get in the outer column, this is known as raw material consumed. Understood? Yeah. Any doubts till here? See, I'll go obviously slow with the format because format is very, 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 very important. If you don't know the format, you won't be able to solve sums. Okay? Yeah. That's the reason I went very slow with theory as well, because if you don't know what is direct cost, you will never understand this format also. Right? Yeah. Start giving your attendance also simultaneously and do concentrate here also. Okay? Fine. Chalo. So till here it's done. Okay, direct material. Right? Next. Yeah. Look at this. Yeah. Next is what? Direct cost mein. Next I'm going to discuss with you guys is direct labor. Okay. So right now, next, second one. Second, direct labor. Direct labor is also known as direct wages, is also known as productive wages. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, here you can have a category. Okay, here you have three types of labors. I had discussed this when I had explained you all about direct wages. Three types of labors are skilled labors, semi-skilled labors, and unskilled labors. Okay, yes. Next, we are going to discuss this direct expenses. Okay, also known as chargeable expenses. Okay, yeah. Okay. What will come in this list under chargeable expenses? Okay. Here you'll have items like, yeah, I had discussed about royalty, royalty on production. I discussed that Mercedes-Benz, for example. If I'm a manufacturer of car and my car sales are not doing that great, I will approach or I will have a tie-up with Mercedes-Benz. I mean, I'm just giving an example so that you understand what is royalty. Okay, then I had said I will approach Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-Benz says, yes, ma'am, you can use our logo for increasing your sales. But return me, you have to pay us 1 lakh rupees for one logo. So if I'm selling, say, 20 cars, so for 20 cars, I have to pay 20 lakhs. Am I clear? Okay, so it's variable in nature and it depends on units produced also. So it satisfies the condition as per CAS 1 of direct cost definition. Okay, and it is not a labor, it is not a raw material. The logo which I'm going to use, so it comes under the category of direct expense. So royalty on production is the example I said, and then cost of molds, 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 cost of dyes, 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 then higher charges for special equipments, higher charges for special equipments. Okay, so these are under chargeable expenses. Okay, so any doubts till here? Okay, total this. So this is known as prime cost. Prime cost. What are you going to total? Direct material, direct labor, direct expenses. 1 plus 2 plus 3. Okay. This direct material, this direct labor, and this direct expenses. तीनों का टोटल मिला के it is known as direct cost. Okay, prime cost भी बोलते हैं. Any doubts till here? Okay, Aradhya is asking what is cost of dyes. Okay, so let me explain dyes and molds together to you all. Okay, fine. Note down the examples, whatever I am saying. Okay, students, now I'll tell you. Say for example, I'm a manufacturer of soap. Okay, so this is the soap which I am manufacturing. This is with shape oval. Okay, then say I manufacturer say this next soap. Okay, this is with shape obviously rectangular. Okay, and say oval round shape का भी आता है ना soap. Okay, so next I will make a round shape soap. Graphics में there is this shape is also nice. Let us take this. Okay, this shape also one soap is there with me. Okay, now what am I manufacturing? Soap. Clear? Three different soap is same, brand is same. Okay, but there are three different varieties with respect to shape. Okay, so for this three varieties, I require three different molds. Molds is what? Mold is a equipment which gives shape to the product. Okay, जैसे during Diwali, your mom must be making this karanji. So karanji, for making karanji, you require that shape of karanji, sacha. Yeah, you call it as sacha, right? Yeah. So that sacha which is used for giving shape, okay, so that is called as molds. Okay, what is it called? It is called as molds. So I will purchase three different molds. One is oval shape, one is rectangular shape, and one is this shape. Correct? So this is called as direct cost. Barabar. So if you remember the definition of cost, it says raw material converted into finished goods. Okay. So this conversion indicates what? Change in the size, shape, color. Okay. So this. Okay, you cannot categorize it under material, you cannot categorize it under labor. So there is a third category, direct expenses. It will come here. Okay, and same example you can take, you will give color to it. So here, three different colors you'll be using for the three different molds. I mean the shape for your product which you're manufacturing. So here. Okay. Is it clear? Acknowledge it in the chat box. Last 1 minute is there. So next lecture, we will discuss about indirect cost. This part. Okay. So is it clear till here? Yeah. Now you all can view it properly. Okay, fine. So no doubts till here, right? So next lecture we are